How often does it happen where someone doesn't know who you are, doesn't know your training, and tries you in a Miami bar or somewhere else?
That's why I don't go out in Miami. Because if not, I'd be telling you a story about last week. Some guy stepped on my shoes, pushed me. I fell to the ground. I was like, "Hey, what's the problem?" The guy pulled out a gun. No, but I don't go out too much. But it does happen. Just because people are weird like that in different places.
Does your pride or emotion get in the way there, or are you able to recognize, no, I could cause a lot of harm to someone else and my freedom if I start beating people up or my money?
I stay away from places like that because I have like a self-built-in mechanism. Like if I sense danger, I'm either gonna get out or fight my way out of there. So I'd rather not even put myself in those situations.
Like if
there's still a lot of shady people,
right,
especially in this fine city. So we always got to be careful here.
Have you ever warned anyone who's tried you though? Like looking at you, you're not that physically imposing, and maybe they walk up and you're like, "Hey, you know what I could do to you in about 5 seconds?"
I've never had to say it. It's like transmitted through the eyeballs. Like when you look a wild animal in the eyes, and you're like, "Whoa!" No, I swear to you, I've never had to say it. It's just like I'll look you in the face and they'll know, like, "Oh no, there's no winning here. I'm gonna die right now if I continue eye glancing with the same." Yeah.
So I don't know what you make of Colby Covington. He is someone who enjoys being a bit of a professional wrestling heel. We want to play some sound for you here that he delivered, and we want to get the reaction from Jorge Masvidal. This is about you, by the way.
All he cares about is himself. That's all Jorge is a guy that cares for himself. He doesn't care for others, and he doesn't care for anybody unless they can do something for him. And I'm not that guy. I'm not going to always just do stuff for you and then be taken for granted. So, now I passed him up. I'm making more money than him. I'm banging harder chicks than him. I'm doing better in life, and he's just a jealous little.
That's from the Ariel Helwani show. Had you heard that before?
Now I heard the full clip. I had gotten bits and pieces of it from friends and text messages. And then I heard a soundbite as well before that one. And he was talking about how the sport is selfish, how he's in it for himself, how he's got no friends, and that's why he trashed another one of our teammates, Dustin Poirier, before his fight, So him saying that stuff about me is contradicting that, but you just said that's okay because we're in an individual sport, and that's not true. Also, he ripped off my coach. It was his coach. We were with him till his title fight. After he won the title, he owed him a certain amount of money. Didn't pay him. I said, if you don't pay him, I'm going to F you up. My coach got in between it. Doesn't have to be like this. Let it slide, blah, blah, blah. Since then, I ain't talked to the dude. It's been about, I don't know when he won the title, a year and some change. And it is what it is, man. All these words, they do have consequences with me because this guy used to sleep in my couch, used to eat off me because I was the ones with the sponsors. He was just still relatively an amateur, and I was helping this guy out. So it hurts that he would do that in a way just for a like on Facebook, just for a retweet on Twitter. He's doing that to do this to get me and you to talk about him. But it's happened already, and I'm from Miami, so I can't let my city down. I can't let this punk come in here talking. He'll be in the gym. I'll walk in the gym. Guess who leaves right away through the back door? Take a wild guess, everybody.
Well, what happened, though? What happened? Because you guys, at one time, you were cool, right?
We were until he ripped off my coach. And since then, I ain't talked to him. And he's mad because people don't care to see him fight. They want to see him lose. That's what they tune into, He does this whole heel thing because he couldn't get people to regularly watch his fights. So then he said, if I go over the top, create this persona that people will hate me, then people will tune in. People do tune in, but it's not as much as he would want. And you could tell by the way that he's talking, bringing up chicks. Why do you kiss and tell, bro? Were you not raised by gentlemen anyways? Who cares if you are or you're not banging chicks? Who cares, bro? What the hell, man,
But he's trying to stir it up. He has learned, from the Chael Sonnen school.
To do this, to get people to talk good or bad about him.
It sells fights. It sells fights.
I don't think it sells fights. You go look at the people that tuned into his last fight. He has the lowest watched ESPN MMA event. So I don't know if that mathematically it transgresses or what.
Right.
Well, lowest is usually,
Actually, I should probably say that it makes you more famous is what I should probably say.
No, we're making him famous right now. Nobody knows who he was until you just brought him up right now. Now he's famous. I'm serious. Nobody knows who this kid was. So you brought him up right now, guarantee you. Especially my Miami people. They're like, who the hell is this guy, man?
Are you mad at Dan or what's
whatever.
Nate Diaz, Jorge Masvidal, main event, UFC 244 in New York. It is November 2nd. Now, you...
10 days later is my birthday. So guess the type of present I'm gonna give myself on November 2nd.
Many people, civic pride, regional pride, you take Miami with you when it is that you fight. Can you explain to the people the portions of your story that are most Cuban? Like, because you grew up, this entire city is built upon the backs of people who come from the same place that you do.
It's crazy because in the gym, especially here in Miami, the Cuban influence is huge. It's huge, from Cuban boxing to Cuban wrestling. And I've grown up in the gym, you know. So even if they weren't like family, a lot of the mentors in my life, the instructors that I got, one of my wrestling coaches and great friends, Free Alexis Villa, is a great mentor to me. And he's as Cuban as it gets, you know. So I've had a lot of Cuban mythology in my brain, how I should train, how I should go to sleep, things that I should do, and this is taken from the programs that they had already built, and we didn't reinvent the wheel or nothing. This is a lot of the concepts that they were doing for the boxing team, for the wrestling team, the taekwondo team. We just took it in a form of MMA that would make sense, you know, applying their system of training. That's really one of the biggest things I use of the Cuban influence, more than dancing or being able to cook, because I can defend myself in the kitchen.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports and analysis, download the ESPN app. And for live streaming and special content, subscribe to ESPN+.